Make sure that we're
Right.
online everywhere.
All right.
Nick and Daniel, can you check on our platforms to see if we are live?
So that's Edwin. He does he does acupuncture and the coupling.
Oh, okay. That's great.
And I think he's doing massage today, so you can get one before you leave if you want.
I'm gonna fall asleep
So
now.
your fiance have to carry you out the car with you.
All right, you are live on the air, but just so you know, once we hit that 2 minute mark, you can start talking.
So we're free to go. We're
Yep, once you see
it's
it run out,
okay.
you're free to do what you do.
All right. After the 2 minute mark, just give me a thumbs up. Just to, if we,
Yep, we'll do.
what's the that's gonna come up now? I think it's Darren. He may even have to make slits in these so air can flow through. I need to talk to you before the day is over with. Okay, because I have something in September. I want to put together something in September. Okay, will do. All right. I'm going to get all that again on my own. I'll be over there. So I'm going to do a set with at on State and Cermak. It's a coffee shop over there. A couple owns, and they have an open space. And I want to have a day where we have them, a free lawyer, Darren. I think this your light with
It's blowing.
yeah, it's kind of moving it. But anyway, to talk about rights with police, with LGBT and transgenders and trafficking and things like that, how to things you can say and not say. I don't like that. So when I put it together, I'll send you that agenda.
Great.
That if you all want to attend, if you have people who
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
attend,
We will be. We will be great.
because that's a big thing right now. Just how to deal with the police when they're in a certain situation,
Yes.
or who they can call. So, so I guess we're on now.
Yeah.
We're live here at Market Days First day, Sundays, turned out to be a beautiful day. Um, Link Up is here streaming live again, and this time I am talking to one of our other collaborators. Last time we were with us at Pride Fest, it was with Threshold, and today we have Amos.
Emmaus.
Amos. That's what live, so we don't get everything right. And I'm Leslie Gibbons with LinkUp. Again, LinkUp is an organization that gives a non-judgmental resource center for men who are dealing with methamphetamine currently or have in the past. And we make sure they have resources to keep them going. And I'm going to let Carla give her full name because I'm, again, live, going to want to mess it up again, and her title, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Leslie, for having
Right.
Emmaus today
Yeah.
here, and it's a wonderful day, and we're excited to be here. My name is Carla Almeida, and I'm the director of programs at Emmaus.
Nice. And we want to thank her fiance for getting her down here.
Yes, thank you.
Right, because she wasn't feeling the best. So I thank her for pushing through and getting down here.
Of course, I would
So we started a collaboration like I did a few other groups. We have some interest. People, our lines are crossing. We're, again, a smaller organization you have, so we're happy to give us our support, and as you have ours. So just before we get to any further, I'll allow you to give a moment to give a brief history of how you started and where you are now, and then we'll talk about where you want to go later.
Awesome. I want to tell you a little bit about Emmaus. We have been in the Chicago area for about 33 years. Yeah, so we've been working in the Wilson area before, and in 2021, we did a rebranding, and COVID happened, and basically we moved slowly to open our drop-in center now, and with the West Loop. Yes, so we serve male and male identified victims and survivors of sex trafficking and commercial sex exploitation. And it's the history behind Emmaus is actually very, very poignant. They started doing outreach in the streets, and they were looking for women. And when they started seeing like how many women were there and how many organizations were reaching out to them, Mr. Green, the founder, he turned around and said, "Wait, nobody's looking at the men. Nobody's asking them anything. Nobody's saying how they're doing." So that's how he started. He actually focused on men, the men that were in the streets, and that's how this Emmaus and the ministry
So again,
started.
Emmaus was on up north, and it was in a church, correct?
Yes.
Right. And then you got this space down in the
Yeah, and there
downtown
was-
area,
yeah.
which is a lovely space.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is. It is very trauma informed, even design-wise.
If you and you can you give it up the breakdown again? Because I know, like you said before, there's some days where it's for men, and then you also allow women to come in on another day.
Yes, we have a partnership with Naomi's House, and
Okay.
they serve women.
Okay.
One of the mottos of Emmaus has been say no to nobody.
Okay.
Everybody's welcome through our doors. So if we have women coming on Wednesdays and Fridays, Naomi's House will be there to serve them.
And so then, just to go through some of the services the young men or older men can receive from you, because it's a nice little space, like a very comfortable living room space.
Yes.
From what I saw, open kitchen, washer and dryer.
Yes, we have laundry.
Yeah, laundry, closet,
Yeah,
a little pantry. I'm a little jealous of the kitchen that they get to cook
I know,
in.
it's wonderful.
Hopefully I come down there and do a little demo for you guys one day.
Yes.
And then you just have like a chill area for
Yeah,
them.
yeah, we do have like a little lounge, they can, what we're trying to create is have men come to a safe space, feel a little more like a family space where they can just chill. It's a respite.
So if you don't mind, go over like some of the criteria of being accepted in as if it's someone who wants to drop in, because we talked about this briefly, but I wanted to come from you about where they need to be in order to be accepted into.
Yeah, we basically serve any male older than 18 or emancipated teenagers. We serve them if they have been gone through some kind of exploitation, survival sex, or they have been involved in some kind of trafficking situation that have affected them. That's very traumatic. So we were there to be served.
But then, just to be clear, what we talked before is that you also want them to be in sobriety. Is that correct? That's the point I want to make clear as well.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. If you come with a substance use problem, we will refer you, and we will work with you even at a distance.
Okay.
But we will never say no. Yeah,
Okay.
you're very welcome. But if for them to work through and trying to get a job or housing, yeah, definitely sobriety would be a best stage of development.
Right. So we want to know each organization, what are the key points to be respectful for that organization and to
Yes.
come through.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
With that being said, and so you're again like a staff of 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a very small but almighty.
Right. And I think that's kind of the trend lately with some of the nonprofits that I've been running through there. Like with, we had Scott Noble on last time, and he's of one, and we're joining with him, and we'll introduce you to him later because he's out in the streets with the young men, which will be a crossover for you as well. But with that being said, give me a wish list if you could have something that you don't have now that you could have going forward. So, because you never know who may be listening, and can grab you that list.
Oh. I think that one of the biggest faults that we have, I think, in the system is housing.
No, that's all of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is my top wish
We'll
list,
all be
I guess.
fighting over that one.
Yeah, I actually, since Emmaus is one of the 5 organizations in the country serving men, there is another organization in Texas, and they have a housing program, like a little shelter for men who have been victims of exploitation, and they have 20 beds. So imagine 20 beds for the whole country. So that's why I think that is on the top of my list.
Yeah.
A shelter, emergency shelter, but for transition into permanent housing, that will be amazing.
Right. And so currently, how often do you canvas or outreach the areas that young men are? Do you do that where young men can be found? Do you go to particular areas?
There was a time when we talked about the hotspots, and I'm going to put the quotes
Yeah.
there.
Because it's changing.
Yeah, it is changing. The men are out there. It could be a lot of places that we have gone out is the Boys Town. Another one is the Washington Library. I didn't know about that one.
Well, we shared that, and we'll do
yeah.
more going there.
Yes, a lot of homeless individuals that are in the settles in the streets,
Yeah.
the tents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do a lot of outreach out there. Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back a little bit more, but again, LinkUp has become a distributor of Narcan, so we will be providing Amos with the Narcan as well. I'm going to go do a little demo right
Thank
now,
you.
just a little
That's
PSA,
great.
and then Carla then forth will go on and share her knowledge with others. So again, through the city here we use Narcan, which is the nasal part of it. You also have one that's injectable, but we find this to be a little bit more user-friendly and make people feel comfortable. I'm going to open up one and kind of just walk through it without actually using it, so you just know what's in the box. And each box of Narcan, you'll have 2 doses. Narcan is something you cannot overdose on. You may have situations you may have to use up to 4 or more of these, depending on what's going on with that person. And for us with the methamphetamine, it works out because a lot of the methamphetamine may be cut with other things, other opioids, because meth is not an opioid, but it may have Narcan, it may have fentanyl in it or something like that, which it then will give that person, open up their breathing area and things like that, and give you a chance to get them to medical attention properly. So with that being said, when you're distributing it, you're opening up the pack. There's a little demo here, also how to use it. But basically, some things you want to do is if you get the person laying down, you want to take them, have their arm this way, have them lay themselves that way, and that's to keep their breathing area open. So if there's any regurgitation or vomiting, they're not choking on that. And then you take the Narcan at that point, put it in their nose, and then this red tab, you want to squeeze it up to give them that dose. It may jar them a little bit. If it's somebody you're not familiar with in the beginning, if you're helping a stranger, they may be disoriented, so work with them if you can. I know people have said they have situations where they help somebody in the street with and that person just walks away. That's all you can do. If you have them there, know that you have about 10 minutes before this wears off, and they can go back to an overdose situation. So it's not a fixing the situation; it's giving you time to get them to a paramedics or to an emergency room where they can then go on and do the rest of that. So, well, you're yeah. Okay.
Question. So, do you call emergency 911 before you do
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's a good point. So if you can, and you see someone, call right away, and then do this. And then one of the ways of kind of seeing if a person is at that state is like if you're tapping them and they don't respond, but you can still feel breathing or they're slow responding. That would be a point that they're going in an overdose or they're in an overdose, and that'll be a time you want to administer it. So basically, when we're talking about groups, we give them a box or so, and then we're educating that. Be familiar with who you're getting your drugs from. If that possible, have a person that you are with you. You know, so if one of you goes into that you can help the other person during that time. But you know, it's not always the case. But hopefully, you're somewhere somebody can see it and they'll have it. Threshold has a pouch they give out, and it holds the 2 Narcan doses, and the person can have them clipped on them, and it kind of shows like the kit. So if you fall out, maybe somebody can see it and they can go through it as well. So that may be something you want to develop too as well. So I pass this on to you,
Thank you.
and look forward to you training others. The idea is like everybody to be knowledgeable of Narcan
Yes.
all around the way. So I will be supplying you, give you those two.
Thank you.
The other part of this is the fentanyl testing strip, and then also the city will have the xylophone test strip coming out pretty soon. This is to test the drugs that you may have. We know that most people with the drugs, you're still going to use them, but the idea is that if you know that there's fentanyl in it, that you won't use it to the same extent you would have normally used it. You want to stretch it out. And that's a lot of times people not knowing it are taking it like they normally would and overdosing in that way. Or they haven't had the drug in a while and they go into it not knowing that there's something that has, made the drug more tenfold, and they go into an overdose. So with this, you have like 3 strips in here, you have a solution, and you have cups. So basically, you want to take half a grain of rice of the drug. Half a grain of rice of drug. You're going to put one of these scraps, the solution in there, put the drug in there, dissolve it, and then you're going to open this up. It's like a strip that you would use like for birth control or whatever. It's going to have a code on it, the instructions in here. You dip it in the water, and when you take it out, it'll start changing codes, and according to it, it'll tell you if it's in there or not. And another good point with this is that in some cases, just like if you're cooking or something, the fentanyl may not be in every batch. So you may have one thing that says it's there and another one may say it's not. So if you're really conscious, you may want to try it more than once within whatever you have. But xylophone is the other one that's kind of catching up with the fentanyl and is a little bit stronger. I believe it's a horse tranquilizer, but the city is putting together a test strip for that. So I will get those to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you for this training.
That's all right. And you will see us doing other things together down the line. We've been talking about that, so I'm very excited working with Carla. We will provide their website information, so anyone seeing this wanting to know more information, talk about their service or how you can help them in any way.
Yeah, you can go to www.streets.org.
Right, and we'll have that on our stream later too for that information. Or you can always reach out to LinkUp, and we will reach out, give you that information. And we'll soon, with our website, is all our collaborations, we'll have links on our website that people can click on and go to your websites.
All right,
just keep it all user-friendly. Thank you again, Carla, for coming out and hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm hanging here.
We're good over here trying to get you a massage and get you home.
Yes, let's do all of it. Thank you, Leslie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.